Hello. Hi guys, happy Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you've been good. Hope your family's been good. Hope you've been good emotionally, mentally, physically, and otherwise. Trusting that all is well with you. I know we're wrapping up coming to the end of June. Kids are probably still in exam mode, wrapping up their end of term tests. SEA children are growing more and more anxious because results supposed to be out soon. Parents are also walking around on eggshells because the time is drawing near when results will come out. But in the midst of all of that, I trust that all is well. Like I said, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. Spiritually, physically, financially, I hope all is well also. Those said parents are probably just bracing themselves for the registration fees that will also come with their child's results. So I am just hoping that everybody is good in every area, every aspect of their lives. Today, it's another Monday where I'm not coming with a particular verse per se. Maybe after I would have finished, I probably would come up with something in mind. But it's not that I have a verse here that I wanted to talk about in particular. It's just something that I want to mention. So last week, the first few minutes of the video, I dedicated more or less to the men and fathers, and just advising and admonishing us to support and encourage our men. We are in June, and this month of June, I believe, is Mental Health Awareness Month for men. And I know us women, we have the awesome opportunity because we are, as they call us, emotional beings. We tend to find safety in our little hoods. And so you must, if it's not a 3 or a 2, at least you must have one person. If not, a call me. But I think we all, Elizabeth had Mary, Martha had her Mary, people had our people. Every person had a person, Ruth had Naomi, and you had somebody that you could lean on, or you would go to for encouragement, or who could encourage you, as the case may be when the circumstances arise. Because I think it flips from time to time. You might need a shoulder to cry on, and that person might need you to be the shoulder when they are turn rich. And so it's a lot easier, I find, for women to reach out to one another and to share and to get support for any difficult period or situation that you may be going through at the time. I think women, we are able to be each other's keeper a lot easier than the men. For men, I find it more common for men to just drink their sorrows away, or smoke their sorrows away, or gamble their sorrows away, or indulge in different things that are vices that will soothe whatever pain that they may experience, rather than them talking it out. I want to encourage us to find subtle ways, because you can't make them talk us overnight. That's just not going to happen. If you have a husband who is very reserved and quiet to themselves, just pray that God will send them good friends that they'll be able to say, I real struggling with so and so, or I real having a hard time dealing with life at this point in time. Because suicide in men is also is something that we have to pay attention to as well. Is talked about in this month in particular, because we're doing making the awareness of men's mental health the focal point this month of June. And so the statistics where men's suicide is also coming up in the fray as we look into mental health for men. And I just want to encourage us that we provide a safe space, women, for your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend, your fiance, your son, your nephew, for them to be able to come and talk out where they are at whatever stage they are in. Girls could grow up crying and crying, and it's okay. If a boy cry, is a want to is a girl or what? Stop acting like a girl, stop behaving like a girl, because they might be emotional or might want to vent about how they're feeling or to share their emotion. It makes them appear to be weak if they do what women just do on a regular. Tears falling like nothing, it's automatic. You upset me, I will cry. I'm happy, I'm going to cry. I'm nervous, tears might fall. I am anxious, tears will fall. Things not going how I want, tears will fall. But if that happens to a man, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Something is wrong. And so we make it taboo and wrong, more or less very wrong for men to speak and to vocalize their emotions and to vocalize where they are, what they're dealing with, how they're feeling. Handle that horse. What going on with you? We prevent them and we don't provide a space. And so they end up carrying everything on their shoulders because they figure because they're a man, they're supposed to. And so even giving things over to prayer and God, releasing and relinquishing control so that God could have his way is something that they find difficulty with, because you're the man and you're supposed to handle it. You're supposed to deal with that. You're supposed to manage that. And so we don't, because they are conditioned to be that way, it is a lot more difficult, where a woman will lie down prostrate before God. Father, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Father, have complete control. Lord, come moving. They have to fix it. They think that they have to fix it. They have to come up with the solutions. They have to solve the problems. They have to make a way. They have to provide, not knowing that God is not provider for just women, just your wife, just your daughter. He's provider for you too. He is the one that says, take no thought for tomorrow about what you should wear, what you should eat, or wherewithal should you live or be clothed. You have to provide that, brother. By the sweat of thy brow thou shalt eat bread. That verse is for you too, gentlemen. Daddy, pops, uncle, cousin. That word is for you too. And so let's make room and make it safe for men to have a emotional moment, or to share, or to vocalize what they are dealing with, and how they are feeling, and how life is dealing with them. I remember my stepfather, when he had no money, Lord have mercy. the whole place turned up. And when he get paid, all is well in the world. He was light as a feather, but heaviness when it's the opposite. And so they don't know, whereas a woman, she would go through the same pressure and emotional stress with lack of finances, and she might just say, Father, Lord, I need you to work this out. Or she might decide to eat some ice cream, or tell her friend, girl, pressure. I don't know how I'm making it this month. They are actually vocalizing it. Whereas with a man, he had to figure out how I had to handle this, how I go and make it, and they're doing it by themselves. And so that's where the mental health comes in, because that's not healthy. That's not healthy for male or female. And so I want us to, as mothers, to give our sons the freedom to cry if something is upsetting, the freedom to express themselves if something is bothering them, and even if they decide, no, I'm good, I'm normal, something I am accustomed to males saying, I know, nah, everything normal, where you going? I normal, and they don't express like life is challenging at this point in time. Financially, it is becoming a burden for me to be able to take care of my family, or I find it difficult being a good example to my son. I don't know what it means to be a good father for real. I did not have the example, and so I draw in from blanks here. And I have 2 sons, or I have 3 sons, or I have 1 son, and I just guessing my way through right now. And we want them to have a space. I don't know if we could probably think about subtle ways. I'm just saying, for us to, those of us who have men in our lives, find subtle ways. Hey, Dr. Alvin have this podcast, The Black Fatherhood. There's this interview that I saw concerning fathers and being good caregivers. There is this book I read. There is this YouTube video that spoke to men, and you share it and you hope for the best. You hope that they read it and they don't let pride get in the way of them getting the help that they probably silently need because they're not vocalizing it. So I am praying that we truly, like, if you come into contact, I'm not saying don't do it for the women. I mean, we will do it. We will generally do that, genuinely. But I'm admonishing us to pay attention to the men in our lives and ask them, hey, you good? And actually wait for a response, and don't take no normal, yeah, good, everything normal. Don't take that for granted. Like, really find out you're good for real now. If you need to talk, I hear, and encourage them to do that with one another. Because men just lie and talk about sports and basketball sometimes, and then one another go home heavy, and they just come catch kicks with one another and thing, but nobody didn't really say, well, I'm struggling to make my wife happy, I'm struggling to communicate with my children, I'm struggling, they don't. We women will quicker do that, but I just want to put that out there for us to really pay attention and to be sensitive and to let it be a thing that is okay for men to shed a tear, it's okay for men to talk, and to talk about real things, and to be in a position where they could be vulnerable and not have that thrown back in their face if they decided to. So building a circle of trust, you as a wife, you as a mother for your sons, you as an aunt to your nephews, you as a godmother to your godsons. I'm highlighting the males because I know women, we have all these things, and we have conferences and podcasts and YouTube links and different things that we could use as we have spa parties by Beauty with Grace, where we could come and just relax ourselves and rejuvenate and just enjoy being a woman and doing the things that make us happy, and taking time off for ourselves and having Queen's Retreat. Y'all, it's coming up. I only have space for one more person, sidebar. So yeah, we have these things where women could come and refresh themselves, but what are men do? What others do? Where do they go? What do they do to ensure that their mental health is also attended to, that they do their self-care for themselves? I listened to my husband the other day, and I remember watching him and saying, because I noticed like a few nights, well, he will ensure that he has a shandy, either ginger or lime, and a snack. There's this, he likes brownies a lot, and so there's this chocolate brownie cookie that is sold, so he will make sure that there's a pack of that, a shandy, lime or ginger, on the rare occasion, LLB. So he will make sure he have one of that, and as soon as everybody goes to sleep, the children that is, he will put on some series, either Blacklist or Suits, or something that he was looking at that will pass the time, cock up on the couch, sip his shandy and eat his cookies. And after a couple of days, I say, what going on with you? Babe, this is my self-care. You teach me that. And, and you know, it was funny at the time. It was funny just looking at him saying it back to me. But I just want to say that that's not the norm for men to take self-care moments for themselves. We usually do that. We have brunch. We go to brunch with our girlfriends and we do breakfast with other ladies, or we meet up and we go to the mall together or something like that. But what do men just do? So I just want to encourage us to not just think, well, he's a man. Let's stop ignoring the men in our lives, the males in our lives, because as a man. But let's pay attention to them. And as much as we want the attention and the time and the care to be given to us, I think we should, like I say, coming off the heels of what I would have spoken about with the different things that Dr. Alvin is doing currently to highlight and to support and to normalize mental health and to normalize talking about creating a space for Black fathers to be able to share and be vulnerable, so that they feel like they are valued. Let's pay attention. Let's pay more attention and give them the appreciation that they deserve. Give them the appreciation, especially if you have like good men in your lives. So that's my encouragement. Like I said, no verse, no scripture, anything like that. I just felt like I wanted to talk about that. So let's do that, ladies, mothers, aunts. I know we do it for the women, and I'll continue. Well, I know I am a friend of mine, Callista's always say, you are a self-care queen. I know we do it for the women, and I am here as an advocate for women taking time and having a day or a half a day, or even if it's 20 minutes of self-care for yourself. Let's ensure that our men are equally taking time for their mental health, for their self-care, because self-care is not selfish for them too. So that's my encouragement. So have a great week, everyone. Truly, let's pay attention and we want equality across the board. Us women, we wanted our salaries to be equal. If we are a female CEO, we want the same amount of money that a male CEO is getting. We want equality in terms of our rights to have a say in different things, our right to have a seat in parliament, our right for different things. Let the equality be the same in terms of the attention that we pay to men and their mental health, and ensuring that they are whole, healed, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually well. That they are impacting, influencing, growing, and taking care of their self-care mentally and emotionally also. So that's my encouragement this week. Have a great week, guys.